Well, hi.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, is there anything you need today, like coffee or tea or
Nope,
anything?
I'm good.
All right. So, it's been like a couple weeks
Mm-hmm.
since our last session.
Mm-hmm.
In your mind, what did it bring up for you?
Um, it just kind of reminded me that, what I'm dealing with at home isn't ideal. It isn't
Hmm.
making me happy. Um, that my work life, is a little stressful, and family time is important.
Okay.
So I've been trying to manage a little bit more family time in between all the work chaos and just kind of not let thing whatever my husband says and everything bother me as much.
Ha- so, with family time,
Mm-hmm.
ha- what are the thoughts on that? Like, what have you been thinking?
Well, I'm trying to do a little bit more with my daughter, especially now that school's out.
Okay.
So if I am home, whether it's spending time at home or if I have to go out and do something, see if she wants to come with, and then we'll maybe stop and get something to eat or drink on the way home, and trying to figure out what kind of stuff she wants to do over the summer. So
And it sounds like you're trying to get more of her perspective on things
I
a little
have.
bit.
I've actually, there's been a couple times where um, things have come up, work related or not, that I have. It's one of those, okay, I gotta want to talk to the husband about it and make sure he's not gonna have a fit. But before I talk to him, if I get a chance, I actually ask her opinion first. What she thinks, and one time it was, I think you should go ahead and do it, and then I ended up not doing it anyways.
Okay.
Um, but then the other time she's like, whatever dad says is fine. I'm like, well, I know dad's gonna say no, so I'm not even gonna really bring it up. But that way I can get her perspective on it, her opinion on it, because everything I do does um, affect her. So
Hmm. And going on that, are you trying to kind of make her a little bit more independent? Let's
make my
say,
daughter more independent.
like like making decisions for herself
Oh yeah,
rather than
going off of what dad.
yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, because dad very much does manipulate her and her brother
Hmm.
into what they think of me and my work ethic, my working and everything. So yeah, I've been, you know, she'll. I'll ask her something. She'll go, "Well, I don't know. I don't care." I'm like, "No, I want to know your opinion.
Hmm.
I want to know what you think before I go and talk to dad, because it's, you know, I don't want to hear what she wants me to hear. I don't want to hear her say what she knows her dad's gonna say. I want her opinion herself."
And exactly, you want to know what she's thinking instead of what it sounds like is like your husband is kind
Mm-hmm.
of planting ideas
Mm-hmm.
and kind of going off of for your
Exactly.
children for a script,
Right.
right? Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's just it's touch and go. I have to watch what I say, how I word things
Mm-hmm.
because she's younger. Um, Try not to um, insinuate or say, well, your dad is manipulating you. Your dad's making you say this and all that, because I'm not going to be playing, you know, putting my kids in the middle of everything like that. You know, their honest opinion, their honest, even advice sometimes, is what I want to hear, because it affects them, and them to feel like I don't want them to become robots for their dad.
At the same time, you don't want them to become robots, but you also want, them to view you as you,
Right.
Yeah. And that's really important, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that you do value.
It is, I mean, I want them both to grow up to be, I mean, my son's almost 20, but,
Mm.
I want them both to be independent. I want them both to be able to make their own decisions and do their own thing. And they can't do that if they're being manipulated by their dad or by me. So, I'm not going to tell them I'm trying not to tell them what to do. I'm trying to, what do you think you should do? What do you think of this option? What do you think of this? How would you feel if I was able to do this or able to do that? And then find out what they say. And then if we can make a compromise, I'll make a compromise. But otherwise, it's, like I said, touch and go.
But at the same time, you're trying to find other ways that your husband, well, you already know how your husband works.
Yep.
But you don't want to do what he's doing,
Right.
which is raising the kids, again, like in a,
Mm-hmm.
like as robots, but they're not robots, and you're not a
Right.
robot either.
Right.
Mm.
So other than that, since last time I've been trying to take little minutes here and there for myself because that was one thing I remember we talked about.
Exactly, yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I end up losing sleep because the only time I get is late at night, but that works okay because sometimes I have problems sleeping. So
Well, and also, sleep is important too.
it is.
We need sleep to move on during our day, and have the energy to make that money, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, I try to get the sleep I can, but, if it's one of those where I'm sitting at home at night and I'm just not tired, I can't sleep, then I'll sit up, watch TV, or play on my phone for a little bit, and it's like, okay, I got to try to get to bed and crawl into bed. And sometimes I lay there 10 minutes, sometimes I lay there 15 minutes, but at least it's a couple
Yeah.
minutes, at least to myself, hopefully every night.
Okay. I can see that during the time span of when we last met,
Mm-hmm.
you've really taken steps. And, well, not steps, but I would say little pauses.
Yep.
Do you think that's in the right vein of it? Or
Yeah, it's
how would
just,
you describe
yeah, I'd
it?
say, baby steps, pauses, sounds about right. I've been trying here and there. Sometimes it's harder than others, but, you know, I'm only one person. And I, try to get the support where I can, whether it's from friends, coworkers, family. And family life is so hectic between being at home and my sister's wedding coming up, but it's just a lot going on. So it's like, okay, I got to take a pause. I got to think about me. I got to, whether it's, I'm very, very tired. I have to call into work and take a day off work so I can catch up on sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Or whether it's, I just need to sit and put my feet up. Or even if it's actually doing housework at home that needs to get done, it's still me time because I'm doing what I want to do and nobody else wants to do it. So I'm trying.
Oh, okay. That's a different perspective on me time,
Mm-hmm.
Because most people think, oh, I'm doing me time. I'm going at the mall. I'm going shopping,
Yeah,
Um,
I'd love to do it, but the money is just not there. So
yeah.
I can't do that.
And,
The time I do have, it's either late at night when all my friends are sleeping, or it's during the day when they're all working. So it's like, I got to do what I got to do. And my husband doesn't like doing my laundry because he doesn't think I don't do enough cleaning around the house. So my day off, if that's what needs to be done, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna watch TV, watch my shows in between, and
you're going to do you.
yep.
And I think that gets forgotten when we talk about me time, you know? Like, we need to focus on ourselves. That's the part of it. But,
Mm-hmm.
but when we come to ourselves, we often like sidetrack ourselves. Like, oh, I'm gonna buy this. This is gonna make me happy. I'm gonna eat this. Blah blah blah.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to realize that what is making me happy? What am I doing
Right.
during the day?
And cleaning doesn't always make me happy, but everybody gets that itch every once in a while where
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, things just need to get cleaned. And sometimes that's what happens with me. I mean, I do cleaning at two of my jobs here and
Mm-hmm.
there, but it's one of those where it needs to get done at home, and sometimes the only person who can get it done is me, because
Exactly.
otherwise it doesn't get done, or it doesn't get done properly, or so.
Okay. That's really good to hear that you're really focusing more time on in your mental health
Hmm.
instead of like, well, again, it's frustrating still.
It
It
is
is frustrating with dealing with your husband, and again, working two jobs. Well,
three.
three jobs. I'm so sorry. And then being a mother,
Hmm.
and then being a person.
Yeah,
So I'm glad that you're starting to take steps to realize that.
I'm trying. That's
But
all I.
it's not. We aren't perfect people. If we'd be perfect, everything would be solved. We
Right.
just can't live in that mindset. But at the same time, we have to realize that we have a job to do. We're gonna get it done,
Hmm.
and that's that. That will make me happy.
Yeah.
And in terms of your case, it will make you happy.
Somewhat. Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
As
there's.
happy as can be expected in my situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Now, is there anything else you want to talk about regarding yourself?
Um, I know lately I've been dealing with a lot more depression than I have been. Um, Years back, I did go in, get put on depression pills,
Hmm.
just a low dose, and I took them for a while, and then I found another way to deal with that depression that I felt was more healthier, more beneficial for me. Um, it lifted my spirits a lot more. Um, so I hadn't been needing my depression pills for the last probably 4 years now, and recently I felt it coming back on more. And so I started taking my depression pills again, because it's like, I can't do this. I need to at least, even if it's just temporarily, go back on them, get levels back up. Because I guess, according to the doctors, it's a chemical imbalance
Okay.
mostly, but
Okay.
just get things back on track so that I can continue and keep working on myself and everything. Because otherwise, it's okay. I'm driving home from work tonight. Oh, there's a lake. What if I drive into the lake?
Hmm.
Not exactly that good.
So it's that level.
At times, yeah.
Okay.
It's, take off and don't go home, just disappear. Um, Maybe the kids would be better off without me around. You know, what would happen if I did drive into the lake? You know.
And that you're you're constantly like referring to that. Um.
Yeah. Well, lately
Mhm.
that's. I mean, I drive past a bunch
Well,
of
yeah,
lakes on my way home and to work, so
we are in the land of 10,000
we
lakes.
are. So it's bound to happen. But it's like, am I ever gonna do it? No. And not because I don't have the guts
It's
to do
just.
it. It's selfish. You know,
Hmm.
I've got kids to think about. I've got family to think about. I've got friends, to think about. And it's, even coworkers and everything else. And it's like, no, I couldn't do that. So it's like, okay, go home, take some depression pills, take a little bit of me time and relax, get my mind off of things for a while. Try to just jump. I guess you could say, jumpstart my system into, or shock it into, no, that's a stupid thing to do. Everything's going to be fine, you know? Just the little things I got to tell myself to remember.
Okay.
So far it's doing okay, but I just did start.
Oh, you did just start the pills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a couple days ago. So I know the levels aren't up there yet, but
you can feel it coming, kind of.
Slowly it's getting better, yeah.
Okay.
And it helps to have somebody to talk to every once in a while, too. So whether it's coming in here or whether it's, you know, a good friend or someone, you know, it's just good to get that stress off the back, because then those thoughts, you know, don't bother me as much. So.
Well, first of all, I want to commend you on saying how you feel and what goes through your head when you have those thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the time, many people would just think to keep them down
mm-hmm.
in yourself. But ultimately, when we do like constantly think of those thoughts
mm-hmm.
and we don't talk about it, it just gives fuel to the fire, you know?
It does.
It does.
I did it, you know, dealt with it in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and where I didn't say anything, and I just felt myself, you know, slipping farther and farther into that black abyss of depression,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, I can't do this, you know. I'd be sitting there at work in front of my computer and all happy and laughing 1 minute, and then somebody would come up and touch the back of my shoulder, and I'd just break down in tears, you know, and I'm not going to get to that point again. I never want to be at that point in my life again.
All right. Do you mind if I touch your hand for a
Yeah.
minute? Okay. Well, I just want to, again, say how strong you are for saying that. Because then again, a lot of people don't say that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're taught not to say it. But ultimately,
Much,
we need to say it. Reflecting back in this session, again, you were thinking of, what can I do, you know,
mm-hmm.
to make myself a little bit better, and kind of making it your own.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that is important to you when you do have these feelings. Again, it's that little bit of a lifesaver.
Yep.
When you go down in that dark abyss,
mm-hmm.
the feelings, you know, because, you know, it can feel like you're drowning in it. It can, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I just want to let you know our time is coming short.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to call me anytime when you do have these thoughts, because
mm-hmm.
I do not want to see you do that. I know you're not going to do it,
right,
but
right.
At the same time, we have to think of your health and my sanity too for you. So, yeah, let's do this session again.
Okay.
And still use those me time moments, you know,
mm-hmm.
as your lifesaver, because ultimately they can be really helpful. Even though they're small, they can really pull you out of something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming in again and talking.
Thanks.
Because doesn't it make you feel better?
It does. You know, you bottle things up for so long, and all you do is explode or break down, and it does no good.
You know. But this is a good explosion. It's nice and calm like a firecracker.
This is not an explosion.
Yeah.
So this is oh my God, the weight's lifted off the shoulders, you know.
For now.
But
it'll come back. Just be prepared for it, you know.
But every time I come in, it's, you know, that boulder's a little smaller.
Every time.
Back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good metaphor.
So,
and, you know, keep drilling at that boulder there, you know.
Exactly.
So, well, I want to thank you, Rachel, for your time today. And when we come back, tell me how you're feeling.
Will do.
And don't hesitate to call me. I am always here on my cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
So just use it when you're feeling low, okay?
Sounds good.
Or and want to talk.
All right.
Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.